How would you compare the Philippines to Thailand? What's your average cost of living?
One thing I recommend people want to travel to the Philippines.
We covered safety, security, medical.
I can say this with my wife here. I prefer.
Feel safer here in Thailand?
I won't sugarcoat it. There are.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning Hello everyone Tiger Gift
Good morning, Foreigner Joe. Hope all is well. How are we doing? We're doing great. Our neighbors and our pool pump in the background. So sorry for the noise. Well, we got home from our most recent trip. We had an awesome time visiting Phuket, Ao Nong, Champon, and of course, now we're back home. What are we doing today? We are going to have breakfast over at Milano. We are meeting up with some subscribers, some people we met last night. JR and Cecilia, I believe her name is. Yeah. They live in Thailand. They live in the Philippines, and they're YouTubers, and they do have a channel called Focus on Asia. So Gift and I would like to go to the Philippines and visit there one day. So, you know, on the internet, you always hear the good, the bad, the ugly from all countries, including Thailand. So you really don't know, because a lot of times you go to these places and they turn out to be better than you expected, or sometimes not so good. But anyway, we are going to talk to them about the Philippines, a little about the Philippines, if it's worth visiting, and yeah, just try to get some insight and see what their channel is about. We watched a few of their videos. I think I just watched his, about 4 months ago, they did a bathroom renovation, and we're always interested in things like that. Anyway, we are going to go over there, have breakfast, talk to them. And a little bit hazy today, but still beautiful views as always.
Breakfast first
Breakfast time, yep. They still haven't sold this lot. It'd be a while with the price they want. What did they want again? 65 million, I'm thinking? Was it 65 million?
65 yes
65 million, yeah. We've showed you guys this lot before. I think this house comes with it, but hell, you'd have to tear that down. And then this side comes with it, which I don't understand. I guess the road splits it, so they can't do anything about that. Be interesting to see what someone does with this. It's a very small road here. Looks like they may have sold the one over here, right? Wasn't there a for sale sign on that one? Oh, no, the sign's still there. It's just not showing, it looks like. I thought they sold it. They wanted, I forget what they wanted for that, 4 million? I believe it was. Huh?
10 million
No. It wasn't 10 million for that over there. It was like 4 or 5 million. Very small. Not here yet. You bring something for the mosquitoes, Gift? Morning.
Good morning.
So I think up. Good morning.
Good morning
What are you making? Are you making my coffee right now?
Yes.
You knew I was coming, right?
Yes, I
There you
know
go. So good morning. So JR and Cecilia from the Philippines, Focus on Asia.
Yeah.
So you guys are in town for how long?
Just 2 nights, leaving this morning.
Leaving this morning?
Yeah.
What do you think about Pacho Caricon?
We like it. We like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
nice little quiet. You know, I kind of like quiet now that I'm getting older.
Yeah. Well, you guys been married, what, 31 years now? Right?
32 next month.
I seen when you did your video, I think it was about 10 months ago when you said you guys were 31 years married.
Yeah.
Also watched your bathroom renovation, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But just one question, you guys have hot water?
No,
No.
not right now. No.
So you
and,
got-
and the reason for that is our house is the electrical in it is kind of crappy,
Kinda like all the-
and so the outlet box they put in there is too small. It won't accommodate. So we're gonna have to, in order to put some hot water in one of the bathrooms, we're gonna have to like tear open a whole wall and run a whole new electric outlet box up to the upstairs.
Yeah.
We in the Philippines it's so hot all the time, kind of like here, but we're used to taking just warm shower. You know, the sun will warm it. In the winter time, it'll get a little chilly, you know, on some days, but most of the time it's warm water.
Even
anyways.
in the morning when you wake up?
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
Interesting. Yeah, I noticed that. I'm like, I don't see a water heater at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
But in our house, of course, we got ours underneath in a bottom because we have both hot and cold water mixture in all of our sinks, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I know in the Philippines, I'm used to seeing them from the videos I've seeing them on the wall.
Yeah.
Of course, we've never been to the Philippines, so
Similar to here in Thailand.
yeah. Well, we're going to talk about that since Gift and I have an interest in visiting the Philippines one day. And you hear so much about negative, good, bad, ugly, and everything. So it's nothing like getting it from people that live there exactly what it is about compared to Thailand and everything. But first, we're going to order breakfast.
Yeah.
And after breakfast, we'll get a little more info on you guys,
Get
your
more
channel,
in depth.
what you do, and yeah. Do you guys eat already? You're going to eat?
No, we're gonna eat here.
Cold. This is an awesome breakfast here. You're really going to enjoy it.
So, while we're waiting for breakfast, we were just talking briefly.
Yeah.
So, you came to Thailand. You've been to Thailand quite a few times, right?
Yeah, my first 5 times in Thailand was with the military. So that's kind of a benefit of being in the Air Force. We traveled a lot. And first time I was in Thailand was 1989. Went to Tak Ly, an old Vietnam base basically for US back in the day. And it was still like that. We stayed in kind of screened in barracks, wooden barracks on cots. It was kind of a unique experience, but yeah, I love Thailand.
Yeah, so you did retire military.
Yep.
So when you got out of the military, 2007, you said?
2007 I retired. Right.
Then you started visiting Thailand again as a, more in a tourist role, I
Yeah,
guess?
not till we got over here.
Okay, and you got here.
Actually, no, we did one trip. 2015 we came over.
So you got over here in 2 years ago you retired?
2021. Yeah,
To the Philippines.
to the Philippines.
Okay, and so as a visitor of Thailand, and you visited the Philippines, I'm sure when you were married before you moved there.
Yeah.
How would you compare for folks wanting to go to visit the Philippines? What's the do's and don'ts, the pros and cons, and how would you compare the Philippines to Thailand?
It's they're very similar. I actually, my wife, I can say this with my wife here, I prefer Thailand to the Philippines, but we live in the Philippines because we have family there, and it was an easier transition for us, buying property and stuff like that. But they're very similar. Cost-wise, they're very similar. I tell people on my channel that hotels, if you compare, apples to apples, you're going to get a better quality room in Thailand for the same price. Almost, some of them I've seen like 50% less for hotels. Now, food and everything else, it's about equal.
So what do you think of, because the food in the Philippines is obviously different than in Thailand.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the food?
Food in the Philippines is good. It just doesn't have as much variety as Thailand, and it doesn't have. Unfortunately, in the Philippines they fry a lot, and which they do here as well.
Yeah.
But it's a larger portion of their diet in the Philippines, and there's not as much. I would say, like in Thailand, I love eating the salads. I love eating tom yum or somtam, sorry, and some of the spicy salads and stuff. There's not that really in the Philippines.
Cecilia, what do you think about Thailand compared to the Philippines? You're Filipino, so.
I like it here. Yeah, people are so friendly, and I like the food.
But in Thailand, it's very hard because not everyone speaks English, where in the Philippines, everyone does speak English. So I guess that's a benefit of you living in the Philippines.
Yeah,
You can.
for people, and I've heard people, I have a friend in the Philippines that's retired, and that's why he chose Philippines over Thailand. I've never had an issue here in Thailand. The first time we've ever had any kind of language was on this trip way down south. We went to a restaurant and the whole menu was Thai, and there was no pictures, and nobody spoke even a word of English. And so we just ordered pad kaprao.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy,
Or use your Google Translate on your phone, which is
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you guys know, all your major cities that have any kind of tourists, there's no issue.
Yeah, yeah.
I've never had any issue in those places.
So as far as safety goes, would you feel safer here in Thailand, safer in the Philippines, the same?
I'm comfortable in the Philippines. I have no issue there, but there is I would say, a more criminal
Higher presence
aspect,
of crime?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the Philippines than there is in Thailand. Yeah. I won't sugarcoat it. There are, like where we live in Angeles City, there's pickpockets and stuff like that. There are incidents that happen.
Yeah.
occasionally. It's not a rampant thing, and there's nothing major, but there is a criminal element there.
Yeah. Now, what about police? Like in Thailand, you hardly ever see the police unless you're mainly on a highway. They do the stops to check for insurance and registration. But other than that, presence of police here, maybe in the touristy towns, you see a few more. But do you see more police in Thailand or more police on the roads in the
You'll
Philippines?
see them. You hardly ever see them on the roads. Similar to here, on the expressway, you never see them. But in the towns, they have a presence.
Okay.
And you'll see them driving around.
So is there like a 911 you could call and they show up right away or not? Or is
We laughed about that. Like here recently, it's like, who do we call? There is no such thing as 911 or something like that. We have to get better when we get back of writing some numbers down. Like an ambulance or something, just in case.
Yeah, you definitely need everyone in a foreign country, even if you live in that country, you're born in that country, you should have a list of emergency numbers to be able to contact because
for sure.
Life is unpredictable. Anything could happen,
Exactly.
Talking about the food, what is that? Chicken adobo?
Chicken adobo.
I love that dish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite.
I prefer the pork adobo, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
we just had a stew down south. I don't know the Thai name for it, but it's a pork stew, and it's very similar to adobo. It just doesn't have the vinegar aspect of it. It's more sweet with the soy sauce and some spices. But as you know, you've had adobo before. It's got the vinegar, it's got potatoes and onions in it. And yeah, I think anybody that tries adobo kind of falls in love with it.
Anyway, here, let me show the food real fast. So here you go, avocado toast. And Gift has the egg pancake with avocado, and you guys are still waiting.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Let me ask you another question. Someone who considering visiting the Philippines, what would your recommendations be? Where should they visit? Where should they not visit? For safety measures, what would you recommend they do? I mean, as a tourist, a lot of times people could see you're a tourist, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah. So for Philippines as a whole, everywhere except the furthest southern province, and I hate putting it in a negative light, but Mindanao, I wouldn't travel there if it's one of your first times coming to the Philippines. It's just a unstable area at times. It hasn't been crazy or anything over this past 2 years that we've been there. So it's been pretty stable, and people are traveling down there with no issues. It's just coming to the Philippines, a new place for the first time. I would stick to one of the there's plenty of videos out there. I'll show you the islands. It's 7,000 plus islands, the Philippines. Palawan is a beautiful island. Boracay gets a lot of attention. It's similar to Phuket. It's that kind of a big tourist area beach.
Yeah. What about for someone that they don't want to be a tourist? They don't want to go there and go to the tourist areas. Like Gift and I, we love to travel Thailand and see some of the other areas other than tourist areas. What about that? Someone that wants to immerse themselves in the culture and just spend a few weeks maybe there, maybe hit the tourist areas as well, but also kind of see what Philippines is really about.
Yeah, I would recommend coming up north. Luzon is the main North Island. That's where the capital, Manila, is. North of that, we live about an hour and a half north. And then you could drive, way up north, really remote places. There's a place called Vegan City. That's beautiful. It's kind of like colonial Spanish town. Up there is my favorite beach so far, up north. It's all the way at the top of the Philippines, called Pagudpud, and that's a beautiful place to visit, and it's super quiet. The whole drive up there, it's rice fields on both sides with mountains, really, really nice. And then of course you have Baguio, which is the mountains. It is touristy, but you don't feel like you're in a tourist town. It's mountainous, other than being a lot of people, but it's mountainous, super cool weather. It's usually, I would say on average, about 10-15 degrees cooler than the rest of the Philippines because it's at altitude, and just really nice scenic place to visit.
Yeah. Okay, well here, let me show this food. There you go. This is JR's. Cecilia's still waiting on hers. Okay, so Cecilia finally got her breakfast and it looks awesome. So we are going to eat breakfast and then we'll continue to pick JR and hopefully Cecilia's brain. She doesn't like talking too much, she says on camera, but we're going to try to put her on the spot. A lot of you folks always say, why don't you let the ladies speak? A lot of times, unfortunately, the ladies don't want to speak, but Anyway, let us enjoy breakfast. So, how was breakfast?
Good, delicious.
It's delicious.
Yours good?
Yes,
You tried the avocado toast I had? How was that?
it was good.
It was good, yeah. Well, I don't remember where we left off, so we'll start from wherever right now.
I don't remember either.
So-
Breakfast was good.
it was really good. So, cost of living. You guys, do you track your cost of living while you're in Philippines? What's your average cost of living?
Yeah, we've done a budget video in the past. I haven't done one, recently, but average cost I'd say is around $1,500 a month. But that's no rent. We own our house.
Your
But,
car you just paid off?
Yeah, we paid cash for the vehicle when we got there, and we have insurance that we budget out monthly, and house insurance, stuff like that.
Now you're military, retired military, but what about health insurance? Do you just deal with the VA, or what about Cecilia? Does she?
We have TRICARE, which is the military TRICARE overseas. It's available for retirees. And so there's a hospital on Clark, the old Clark Air Base, called Clark Medical City, and that accepts TRICARE. So if we have anything, either one of us, we can get seen there. And then anything that you have related, or documented, I should say, for the VA, you can get seen by the VA in Manila. It has to be
Yeah.
rated.
Yeah. So, if you didn't have that insurance, what would the health insurance be like for a normal person that didn't have TRICARE?
I haven't really looked into it because I had the TRICARE, but from what I've heard from other people over there, they have PhilHealth, which is kind of the Filipino health system, but foreigners are able to use it as well, and it's pretty cheap. Now you're going to be going to I would
Government
consider a
type
lower
hospital? Yeah.
budget type, hospital compared to where we go. Medical City Clark is like a really nice hospital. It's comparable to like some of the ones you show on your video. No,
It's for
it's
anyone?
for everybody. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's a private hospital.
It's a private hospital.
Okay,
basically, yeah.
that's what I was going to ask you. If they're a private hospital there, so someone else could go there, just pay out of pocket, or they may have a health insurance that'll cover them.
From my understanding, there's other people from the U.S. that using whatever health insurance they have from the U.S. and other expats as well. From other countries.
Oh, so they could use it.
Yeah.
From the U.S.
Yeah, depending on what they have. You
Yeah,
know, I don't know all the ins and outs, which ones they accept, which ones they don't, but I do know they accept some from the U.S.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on your health insurance. I have Federal Blue Cross Blue Shield, of course, so I'm covered in Thailand. But some health insurance policies in the U.S. doesn't cover overseas.
Right.
Travel insurance would, of course, but if someone was living here, they'd probably have to pick up a health insurance here. So moving on, Thailand and the Philippines, I believe, is very family oriented, right?
Yeah.
You guys are really close with your families. Now, Thailand doesn't really have a social security system, so the children kind of take care of the elders. In the Philippines, do you have the same thing? Do you help take care of your family?
Yeah, it's the same thing. But I help my dad. I give him money every month
You
because
give-
he's old. He's 82. Yeah, so.
And what about your your cousins, niece, nephews, or whatever?
Sometimes if they need, really need, I give
Yeah.
them.
Over
But
the
not-
years when we were in the States, when she worked, she would send over a lot of her money over to the Philippines to help out. Put a couple of her brothers and sisters through college.
Oh wow, that's
And,
nice. Yeah.
And now currently she's helping out with one of our nieces and one of our nephews. They're both the same age and they're both going to the same school, right? Yeah, both going to the same school.
So your niece and your nephews you put through college when you were in the States. So they went through college. Now are they better off now that they have a college degree? Do they still live in the Philippines? Have they gone someplace else?
They live in the Philippines.
And?
Yes. They get a job.
Yeah. In the Philippines, it's
Yeah.
pretty unique in that even to work at some places like hotel or just as a front desk clerk,
Yeah.
you need a degree.
You need to be a college degree.
You can't that's the problem there.
Yes.
It's like people can't get normal jobs unless they can afford to go to school, and people can't afford to go to school. So it's
Yeah.
this cycle of kind of poverty because if you can't get a good job because you don't have a degree because you can't afford it, then you stay poor. It's kind of a
So they can't get like a student loan in the Philippines?
No.
Is there such thing as student loans?
there may be, but it's pretty unusual. You know, it's not a common thing.
Before we were talking about travel, and then we covered that where you would recommend. We talked about say so medical to a certain extent. What is the medical? I mean, I understand you got TRICARE, you were going to a good hospital, but the average, like Thai people, they go to what we call government hospitals,
Right.
and a process could be very slow. It could be you could be in a hospital 8 hours, 10 hours just to get a if you need say a flu shot or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Same.
I even deal with that in the private that I go to. They'll give you a 9 o'clock appointment. When you show up, there's 5 or 6 other people that have a 9 o'clock appointment. So it's by the time when you sign in, that's how you get in. So your 9 o'clock appointment sometimes now turns into 10:30, 11 o'clock.
yeah, well
So
that's
it's-
not
it's-
too bad.
No, but you know,
Yeah.
it's not the same as what we're
Yeah.
used to in the U.S. If I have a 9 o'clock appointment, I'm seen at 9 o'clock, and nobody else has a 9 o'clock appointment. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just something that we deal with as expats moving to a country that's not ours.
Yeah, well, honestly, the medical here, well, the hospital I go to, which is Bumunglat in Bangkok, if I have an appointment, I'm seen right away, and a lot of times we go there earlier, and I'm seen before my appointment. So
That's nice.
And even if you go in for an emergency, because we take gift to a private hospital, even if you go for an emergency, you're seen right away, basically like within 20 minutes. So I really like that about that. But then
Yeah.
again, you have to have that health insurance, which brings me to, you do have TRICARE, but you pay for TRICARE, right?
Yeah,
So what is for you and your wife, what would that be a month?
it's pretty cheap. I think it's like for the year. I pay by the year. I think it's about $500.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
It's cheap. It's super cheap.
And that covers everything?
Covers. Yeah, we have co-pays. It's like a normal insurance.
Yeah.
We have co-pays like up to a certain dollar amount.
Are all your medications included in that?
Yeah, I don't
or
have anything.
But if you did, would you have to
Yeah.
pay extra for your medication? As far as
No, I
TRICARE?
think prescriptions. I think it's a copay again.
It's
Yeah,
copay again,
yeah.
okay. But anything that I may have forgot, someone that's interested in the Philippines, we covered safety, security,
A
medical,
little bit of food.
little
Yeah.
bit of food.
Yeah.
What about the infrastructure? What about traveling?
Thailand infrastructure is better, but Philippines is
Getting better.
10 times better than when I first got there in '89. I'll
Okay.
put it that way. When I was stationed there for a couple of years at Clark Air Base, the infrastructure was horrible. It was still dirt roads in a lot of places, but we have expressways now. What used to take 3+ hours, Manila to where we live, now is like an hour and a half. We have a nice expressway, and they're getting better with internet, starting to catch up. Thailand, the internet, most places is really good. Philippines, you still have areas where it's terrible. Hotels, so that's one thing I recommend people want to travel to the Philippines. Do your research and look at reviews for the hotels, especially if you're, a digital nomad or something, or you want to do some work online while you're traveling. Do your research and make sure your hotel has a decent, Wi-Fi connection, because that's something that's lacking there in some areas.
Yeah, Thailand has awesome internet service.
Yeah, we were in, I don't know which hotel it was about 2 or 3 stops ago, and I had the same speed that we have at our house. It was like over 200 up and down, and I was like, because I always do tests when we get to the hotel, and yeah. I was
So what
amazed.
is your internet price in Philippines? What would your internet service be for a good internet service with 500 up, 500 down, or whatever?
The fastest we can get right now is 2 in our area, 200 up, and that costs us with our TV, which isn't much. A TV, I think it's like $14. It's about $80.
$80
Yeah,
a month
for the package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too. And do you get everything? Like, do you get UFC fights, NFL, everything?
No, it's just we do have HBO and Cinemax,
A lot of channels.
I think, a couple movie channels, but we just got it because we don't even watch that much TV. We watch YouTube and we watch free stuff, but it was like $14 extra a month.
Yeah.
So we just
Yeah, our internet end package is probably about $50 a month, $60 a month. But I get UFC and everything. That's the only reason I even got it, because I don't. We don't watch TV that much. We're always traveling or trying to travel.
Yeah.
We're doing something. We're always busy. Anyway, well, it was great meeting you guys. We're going to put
Nice
a
to
link.
meet you guys.
We're going to put a link to your channel in the description and pinned comments. So
Appreciate that.
everyone go check out Focused on Asia. And you guys do travel. I've seen
yeah.
you've got some good videos of travel videos out there. So check them out. If you have any further questions, just send a message in the comment section, and I'm sure JR or Cecilia can answer you guys.
Yeah, I'll check the comments of this video
yeah.
and yeah, I'll reply.
Cool. Cecilia, you going to dance with Gift later? You going to do the
yes.
good? All right. How about you? You want to dance with her?
I'm
Okay.
not good.
Okay, guys. Well, awesome breakfast. Awesome meeting JR and Cecilia. Like I said, nice couple, very nice couple. We enjoyed spending some time with them, getting some information. Hey, if you guys are new to our channel or you've been following our channel and haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. It's free. It motivates us to do more videos like this. So why not, right? But anyway, until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay tuned.
ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you so much for watching our video นะคะ